Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. I thought I'd do something different. I know I usually post in the community page. I haven't posted in there for a minute actually. So first of all, I need to apologize for that. Sorry. I get like this sometimes, but I wanted you guys, the subscribers, the new ones, the day ones, I just wanted to say an absolutely massive thank you to you guys for keeping it 100, staying here. The comments, the views, I appreciate it. Even though we've had a bit of a lull in views recently, I don't know. People are saying that they're not getting my notifications. Let me know what's happening with that. Because I spoke to a couple of other people and they said they do. I don't know, the YouTube algorithm. But I just wanted to come on here to say a massive thank you to you guys for basically subscribing. I appreciate it. Sorry about the hair. It is what it is. No comb today. This week then, Friday, we've got a BCB card in Birmingham where a fighter from Acocks Green Boxing Gym, Tori Ellis Willits, will be fighting on that card. It's also got Ahmed and Braithwaite from Liverpool. I know his trainer. I spoke with his trainer before. So they're going to be on that card as well. That's in Birmingham. Then obviously, you know what it is. We have got two British cards. You know, I'm quite patriotic. I do love the British cards. We've got Matchroom in Liverpool with Cataro Linares on one card. And then obviously we shift over down to London where we've got Buatsi versus Aziz. A very good fight. I'm watching the gloves are off. I liked it. A few people said that it was anticlimactic, but I liked it. It just shows it's a bit of a mind game with them pair, if I'm honest, because they know each other. They've got history together, sparring history. Like, you know, Dan was around Buatsi when he hadn't even like considered going pro yet. If you watch the video, it says sometimes his coaches were saying to him, yeah, it's probably not for you, blah, blah, blah. So there was some good history there with them two leading up to that fight, which I believe makes it a more interesting fight. So we've got a nice, lovely weekend packed of UK boxing. Right. I'm going to touch on the Misfits the week before. I've always followed and supported Misfits because obviously Callie Sauerland from Wasserman, you know, boxing. I was there at their, you know, the birth of Wasserman, boxing from Sauerland brothers going over to Wasserman. So anything Callie Sauerland's kind of like done, I've kind of like just followed suit with that. And I understand that, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. You know, circus, this, that, you know, dangerous fights, etc., etc. I just see it as like a white collar with a lot of financial backing. And these guys, fair enough, they're not in the tip top. Some of them aren't in the tip top shape of the fighters that we see. But they're willing to give it a go and they're fighting people that are more or less on the same level as them. They have the ambulances on standby. They have all the safety measures in place, and it's extremely well promoted. I've been to the majority of Misfits shows, and I will say that from what time is it? Say it starts at like 5:30. The arena's like packed by 6-7 o'clock. It's absolutely packed. It's rammed in there. They sell tickets, their personalities, whether you like them or not, they've got big followings and people want to come to see them. You know, they've had all this Twitter, maybe to-ing and fro-ing on Twitter, to-ing and fro-ing on Instagram, whatever it is. And then they come together and they're sorting it out in the ring. Love it or hate it, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's here to stay. And the good thing is we've got a choice whether or not we watch it. I've always covered it. I always will cover it. Yes, I do prefer traditional boxing because I found myself even on Saturday night, I was like, not Saturday night, the press conference, you know, I latched on to people that are connected to professional boxing because obviously that's where I understand it. I will have to Google some of these fighters, and if I haven't spoken to them before at previous Misfits bouts, I don't necessarily know who they are. So it is, excuse me, got a bit of cold coming. I have to Google and do research on these guys. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a lively show. I think the biggest one they've done yet. And then I think a tweet was put out that they got 1.2 million pay-per-views. So they made a lot of money as well. So yeah. So moving on. So we've got this weekend packed full of boxing. Then we've got Fury and Ngannou, Battle of the Baddest. The promos that I'm seeing with these, I can't even say that's traditional boxing because it's not. But the promos that I'm starting to see for these fights, I'm loving it. And I don't know if you've noticed, but literally DAZN, as a broadcasting company, are literally pulling everything. They're broadcasting absolutely everything. They signed Misfits for a 5-year deal. I'm not sure how long they've got Matchroom, but they've got Matchroom. Now they've crept into, obviously, TNT for the Fury bout. So are they going to cover the Fury Usyk? Strong rumours is that fight is happening. It is definitely happening. And I did hear whispers, and I mean, what do I know? But it's just whispers within the industry that it's probably going to be on the 23rd of December. Even though I think that rumour was out there anyway. I spoke to, obviously, Malik King Scott to ask him what's happening with Deontay Wilder. And we've not really heard anything back except for he's looking for another opponent. He doesn't care who promotes the AJ Wilder fight, Wilder AJ fight. He just wants it to get done. He was quite frustrated, and that came across when we were speaking. God, I should have had some water. So yeah, but we do know one thing: Deontay Wilder really needs to get active. He really does, because Joshua is possibly going into his third fight if he does fight in December. I hate notifications when they come on the phone. I should have put D&D on this, shouldn't I? So possibly Anthony Joshua's fighting in December, so that'll be 3 fights in 1 year. And Deontay Wilder hasn't had a fight since Robert Helenius, so that's not looking good. So I think by the sounds of it, they were relying on this AJ fight happening. Now we don't know if it's happening or not, so now he's going to start to look at other opponents. He mentioned Andy Ruiz as an opponent, and we saw a bit of toing and froing with them already, and Andy Ruiz said he never received anything or whatever. So that's going on over there. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to start to do this more often, where I'll just do little videos. If you expect like glam and all that with me, it's not going to happen. I'm not on the glam thing. This is what it is. I woke up like this, didn't comb my hair, but I have had a shower. I will be covering, sorry, before I go on, I'm going to try and get to the BCB fight night in Birmingham to get some content for those guys as well, because it's Birmingham. I'm going to go to the press conference for Linares Catterall, and I should be there fight night for Buatsi Aziz. I've got to try and work out if I'm going to cover any other media event for Buatsi Aziz as well, or just go to the fight night, but I'll let you know anyway. I'm just looking at Twitter to see if anything's on there that's like really stood out, but I can't see that. So what I want to do is just give a few personal thanks, and let's have a look. I'll go into, let's have a look, where is it? I'll go into that conversation that I had with Eddie Hearn, because then I think there's some comments in there. I just wanted to say a personal thanks to some of the subscribers, and I think that's really important, because you guys are brilliant, and I am really grateful for you. Probably should have had this set up before, but you know me, I rarely plan things, and I'm quite impulsive with what I do and how I do it. Let's have a look. So I'm going to shout out to, we've got Mikey PC, Cossi Systems, Nathan King, Nick Harmer, Metalbox J, let's have a look. I'm looking for the regular. Mr. Bipolar, Matty Howard, G-Man, Mr. A. I'm going to say Mr. A and Pound for Pound Jack. Those guys really bring like the humor and the sarcasm and the banter to anything. So you guys you guys really chuckle because I know they don't like certain individuals in boxing, but they still find the time to like pop into the comments and say, yeah, thanks for that, Red, and then they'll go and say something sarcastic about, but whatever, it's cool, I like it. So shout out to them too. They do make me laugh. DJ Tyson Sheriff. Oh yeah, and thank you to Gary Garnett, 9.99. And he said, I appreciate you, October Red. You stand out from the herds. Thank you so much for that. Because traveling up and down is not cheap. And as you know, I've still not got any sponsors yet, but I'm going to be on it 2024 over Christmas. I'm going to get on that. S. Clayton as well. Ninjas Rolls, regular. Kevin Walker, George Hearn, regular. I don't know if he's any relation, but yeah, George Hearn, shout out you as well. Jim Harty, let's have a look. I don't know, I think, is it For Body? It's FIHRRB8 BD8UY. So thank you to you as well. Oh, the lovely Rosanna Cox popped in to give a comment as well. Shout out to Rosanna Cox. Hopefully we'll hear some fight news from her soon. You know, she's been a guest on the podcast as well. Manic Marksman, Toby Bartlett, Super K. Super K's been there from the beginning. Super K was one of them that came on and gave me some really constructive feedback. So I'm open for that. I do like constructive feedback because then it helps me think, okay, I've got to do this, this and this. Insults is pointless. If you want to give feedback, just make it constructive, because I do read the comments, as you know, because I'll try and reply to the majority of them. Super K came on and made like a comment about my sound, and from that I adjusted that, and he's been one of my regular listeners and commenters as well. So shout out Super K. I'm just trying to think. Got Innovision J. Malcolm Marcel as well. Malcolm Marcel, he donated a few quid as well. So Malcolm Marcel, thank you to you. Let's have a look. And thank you as well for all the positive feedback on how my style is. I like to call them conversations, and people, because it's like, it's a two-way thing. So I'm learning about them, and I'm like always looking at it from a fan point of view. So, you know, it's like you meet someone, and then I always like to scenario it like you're down the pub. I don't drink. Stopped that years ago now. But you're down the pub. You've just met someone and you're trying to get to know them. And then you go into the same pub maybe a few weeks later, and then you bump into them again. And it's like you're catching up on what's happened. And that's the way I kind of view it. I appreciate I've got 6,500 subscribers. And to me, I never thought I'd even get to 100. So having that much is a massive achievement. And like I said, I'm going through these comments. Got Tube Faddy, Tavara the Laughing Lion. I can't do this without you guys' support. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just letting you know that I really appreciate it. And I'm going to do it more. And I'm going to go into some of the comments as well. Probably do a video like this. I'm going to try and do one once a week where I go through the comments, and then we have a little debate on, you know, what people have said in the comments. Let's have a look. There's so many comments on here. And if you're a regular and I haven't mentioned your name, please, please, please accept my apologies. It's because I've done this. I thought, you know what, I've got to do a video to say thank you. So, Hobo as well. Arsenal Manic. James Douglas. God, there's so many. Oh, yeah, there was a few comments on that. Like I said, if I haven't mentioned your name and you usually comment, Accept my apologies. But we should have some content for you from the 3 different events that I'm going to this week. Yeah, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. And I'll catch you soon. And as we say, stay ready.